eHug wants to do in terms of carry action here.
Just catching up on chat, people saying there's no Pudge and no techies. Our last game with not today.
Yeah, I heard about that. We weren't watching it out there, but glad to see some teams having fun with it. Good old Jenkins on his techies. A life stealer, okay.
Yeah, they've got 2 or 3 heroes there that could act as a carrier for their life stealer, so that's a sound ban.
Yeah, I think so. We don't see him too often. Rage, okay here.
Attack speed against Tombstone, I think, is the biggest thing there. Is the fact that they've got Puck and Sand King, both carriers, and then he can walk up to the Tombstone, slow and dying down and kite him a little bit.
It's never too late for a troll pick.
Or Sniper. Go for the Morphling.
All right, well, not particularly good against the Tombstone, but he is at least a ranged hero.
Or Decay. Decay demolishes Morphling.
That's a great point. I don't know, this eHug draft, very strong individual heroes, but thinking about this team cohesion, like where is their power curve? What is the peak? I mean, it has to be the safe lane Morphling, I think.
I like your point about individual heroes, because you look at Puck, what does she need? A Blink Dagger, right? Sand King needs a Blink Dagger, Lion would like a Blink, Visage, he goes towards Aghanims, and Morphling regularly takes a long time to actually build up into his itemization and become an impact in the game.
Yeah.
All of eHug's heroes are very greedy farm-wise, but also experience-wise. Your supports can play aggressively, but if you're not stacking and pulling or making kills, you need to do one or the other, and you need to be efficient with it, and that's a Warlock pick from Complexity.
I like this. The 5-man from Complexity is so scary here. You look at the amount of damage they'll be able to put out in that mid-game. Like, once 15 minutes hits, you've got the Weave, then you got all the AoE damage from Gyrocopter, Queen of Pain, and Warlock. When those ultimates are off cooldown, watch out. And Swindle Melons picks up the Warlock, so...
Upheaval max, Tombstone and cooldown. Guys, get ready, because this is going to be dirty.
Yes, this really is. I don't like to say this too often, but I feel like Complexity actually has a superior draft here.
I would agree.
I don't think they've won from the draft. They still need to execute, but you look at the team fight on eHug, and sure, Puck's a great setup, and they've got a lot of line stuns. Maybe the Sand King and Lion can bring out some big plays, but you talked about experience, and I think that's a big problem. Both Lion and Visage, they need that level 6 pretty much as quickly as possible, and where are they going to find that experience?
Yeah, for eHug, it kind of feels like they have to outplay in lanes rather than just let their heroes do the work. So Complexity, they can play a lot safer. They don't have to actually go out of their way to force eHug into situations where maybe they make mistakes. They can allow eHug to make mistakes playing into them.
Yeah, very well said. All right, hopefully these are default hotkeys here on this Observer PC.
Fingers crossed.
Because that's the way I roll. Okay, so Complexity will be on the dire side here. And I'm curious how they'll set up these lanes. Looks like Z-Freak will take the Undying, and Swindle, it appears he'll want to go mid on the Warlock. So it will indeed be that core lock ready to farm away. Null Tally, couple of branches, and some pooled tangos. Yep, I'd say he's ready to farm. Good luck, have fun.
Moon Meander, Queen of Pain. Z-Freak down on the Undying at bottom lane. 4 heroes from eHug, though, heading through the jungle. Justin, Morphling, a Bloody 9 Lion. Infinity on that Puck, and Ja playing that Visage.
Oh, good old Ja. That's a name I remember back from the Han days. Glad to see him making some splashes here in the Dota 2 scene. Uh-oh, Moon Meander. He may walk into it. Hasn't skilled anything yet, and he'll be able to just walk away nice and casual. Yeah, Moon Meander Classic, man. Or Moon Meander Queen of Pain. That is a classic that brings me back.
30 seconds to battle.
Definitely a hero that fits his style. Very aggressive and kind of that bully style where you can get a little edge in the lane and use that to further your lead. So Ziz here, he'll be on the Gyrocopter up in the safe lane. It looks like he'll just have Fly on the Dazzle there to support him. So it does indeed seem like Complexity. Want to go for the 2-1-2. Mango on Z-Freak, he's hungry.
Good old Undying Mango. There are very few heroes at level 1 I feel like Mango is incredible on. Oh, top lane, the Rocket Barrage already, Bloody Knight and Infinity both sharing that damage as they're chasing down the Lion. They're not quite going to have enough here to finish anyone off as Infinity can orb across. The Shadow Wave to heal people up and keeps them going. Undying still wants to punch people though.
Yeah, even though Complexity gets the better exchange in terms of damage done, it is eHug that secure both runes for themselves. Lion as well as the Sand King will start off with a small advantage here. So looking at these Radiant lanes, not what we expected, Durka. MJW takes Sand King safe lane. Infinity goes mid on Puck. That's fairly predictable. But the aggro tri-lane you talked about, not too often you see Morphling in aggro tri-lane. So this is unexpected to say the least. And we'll see if it catches Complexity off guard. Uh-oh, Ziz, he gets hexed up. Justin on his way in. He has a waveform, but does he use it here? This could be a first blood. He's holding the waveform for a long time. That would have been a first blood. Why didn't he use it? Oh my.
You know that Dazzle has Shadow Wave and he just used it so it's on cooldown. Maybe, you know, that sort of 2-second timing, you're not quite sure. Also, you don't know where the Undying is.
But you know there's no shallow grave. I think you go for that. All right, well. Complexity kind of get a pass here at the opening first blood attempt. They will rotate their other support over, and this will turn into a defensive tri-lane. See Freaks here to make some space for the gyro.
Pocket mid has to bring himself a salve, and this is down to the 2 decay stacks that were put on him. When you're a mid 1v1 and you get 1 decay put onto you, you lose a hell of a lot of strength. That HP difference really can make a big impact, especially when there's no talisman on the Warlock. He hits like a truck, and his attack animation is great.
Yeah, and Warlock actually has a fair bit of strength relative to someone like Puck, so he is naturally just a little bit beefier, and the point you were making holds completely true in this matchup. Looking at the bottom lane, seems like Moon Meander having a pretty good time. He should be able to farm nicely against the Sand King, but can't really stop the Sand King from farming and getting experience himself. So at the very least, MJW should have a pretty timely level 6 here.
Yeah, no sentries brought out to him. But then Sandstorm hasn't been leveled up by the Sand King. This is a matchup, well, this is a hero we've seen put in the safe lane against a lot of melee cores in the off lane, you know, sort of Bristleback, things like that. Just because Caustic Finale is so good against those melee heroes when they're getting up close. But against the Queen of Pain, I guess the AoE is decent. If she does go for a move like this.
Oh, here we go. You can catch him off guard with a fair bit of burst damage, just like he did there. And looks like he's being the bully now. Moon Meander still has a salve. He'll chew through it now.
Let's be wary about the AoE and Caustic, though.
Yeah. It's a pretty big radius, 400.
Yeah.
So he does have to sit pretty far back. Queen of Pain does have that 550 attack range, so there is a sweet spot that Moon Meander needs to hold on to here. And there's that first point in Sandstorm. So it looks like just a casual value point in the Caustic Finale for some extra harass. So how's our aggressive tri-lane faring here? Looks like Justin not really farming so hot. 7-2 for now. Gyrocopter,
They've got Tombstone.
9-2.
They're going to cut them off here. Bloody 9, no. With the boots, they'll get away from the Undying.
Yep. This is a little bit rough, though. I feel like this is going to get more lopsided as this lane goes on. They didn't block the pole camp, so that is available for Complexity to control the Creepolibrium here.
As long as Dazzle stays out of range of Hex, this lane should be perfectly fine for Complexity. He's always going to have the Grave and Heal. Undying is very rarely going to die in this situation, and as long as he gets Tombstone out, you know, it's a simple case of Complexity using their spells, and things should be okay. eHug really do have to pull out all the stops to find one pickoff here.
Yeah, most certainly. Justin, only level 2 right now, still not particularly scary. And you know, Morphling is another one of these carries that really needs experience. And when you're in a tri-lane like this, where your supports have to stay nearby to split experience, it can hurt you. The first point in Morph is underwhelming, to say the least, in terms of how quickly you can use that survivability tool.
Mid lane, Infinity doing decently here. 18-9 on the Warlock with 14-4 on that Puck.
Yeah, Swindle seems to be just bullying him here at every turn, though.
What kind of build do you expect from the Warlock? Midas or straight into Ags?
Good question. I feel like this seems like a decent Midas game, just to give yourself a little bit of an insurance policy. Anytime you're up against an aggro tri-lane, the onus is usually on the aggro tri-lane to get something done. Just trading farm evenly often isn't enough, and you're kind of at the disadvantage in terms of your positioning around the map. So I think Complexity have the option here to sit back, play a little more defensive, and let that Warlock really get his farm going, especially since he seems to be dominating the mid lane now, pulling ahead of the Puck by about 5 or 6 CS. Yeah,
Complexity also don't really have a crowded jungle when it gets later on into the game. They can stack a few times for the Gyrocopter. He may need it the way this lane's going. Last hit-wise, doing exceptionally well against an aggro tri-lane. Gyro's still finding a lot of farm. But then they've got the full jungle at their disposal, while the Radiant don't really have this option.
Does Puck die here? I think he does. That's it. That's your first blood. Oh my, the Fatal Bonds on top of the last word is enough, and Swindle Melons gets the bonus gold. Very nice. So yeah, now I'm thinking this is definitely a Midas game. He gets that extra little boost, and I also think Complexity has the late game advantage here. Queen of Pain as well as Warlock scale very nicely. Gyrocopter, one of the best carries on this patch, as we're all well aware. You look at eHug, and yeah, Puck's okay towards the late game. Sand King does a lot of magic damage, but I don't think they have the carry advantage. So the onus is on them, really, to get aggressive and try and close out this game sooner rather than later. So that, to me, speaks to Complexity's ability to go for more greedy type builds.
Swindle, is he holding onto a skill point? 3, 4, 5.
None in stats.
5.
Yep.
Not in stats, he's holding onto a point. Okay.
Maybe. That's interesting. Thinking about Upheaval, perhaps?
Yeah, I think it's a case of whether he moves to the top lane, he'll go Upheaval to try and combo up with the Tombstone, or if the enemy supports come towards mid lane, he goes for Fatal Bonds just to get it onto Lion and the Visage, or maybe Lion and the Puck. And then he can drop the Rock, obviously, and maybe turn things around.
Yeah. Infinity is just getting bullied here in the mid lane. He'll have to chew through his bottle, and he is just so broke here, Durka. Not even money for boots yet. And at this rate, this will be a very slow Blink Dagger on the puck. And this has forced the Lion now to rotate. Looks like he'll camp the bottom rune spawn. Puck will go for the top. We'll see who gets what here. Bloody Nine finds a haste rune. Windmeander comes down, and he'll just get hexed up. Meanwhile, on the other side, Infinity on the run. He's got a full bottle, but the rock comes down. He doesn't have an orb to get out. And this should be another kill for the Dire side. Indeed it is. Swindle Melons gets credit for that one. 2-0 as Complexity pull ahead and look to transition into a Tier 1 tower push up top.
The upheaval. He's not going to throw it out just yet. Not a chance, as Justin should be able to wait for him back.
Yep. So very defensive play, but it seems eHug have already made up their mind about sacrificing this tower. Can't help but feel like the Lion is out of position here. And if he was up there, maybe they could... Well, it's a 4v3 against the Golem. I don't think they could have made a hold anyhow, but this is already looking a bit rocky for Team eHug. You look at the net worth graph, it's already a 2,500, almost 3K net worth lead. Experience comparable, and they're about to grab a tower here around the 7-minute mark.
This is pain gone. Moonmeander heads towards mid.
Soak up some solo XP, already level 7.
Upheaval on top. The Visit is like, hey guys, I'm getting slowed here. Jaro gets the tower. That's a great boost to gold for him. 929 gold in the bank. Looks like he's actually heading into trouble.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Death tax.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Thanks. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Light!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Presence remits.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Sound of mind and weapon.
Shadow Wave!
Roshan has fallen to the Dire. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
Convey your
attack.
spirit to the Nothul realm.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Stay near.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Zap!
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.